Hello, folks, and welcome into some Friday Night's Lights. We're here at Campo Verde High School, where the Campo Verde Coyotes are taking on the Casa Grande Cougars. I'm Shane Fricky, joined by Elia Harria, and we're ready for a great night of football. Elia, what do you expect to see tonight?
Yeah, Shane, tonight I think we're going to see a lot of run game. Both teams like to run the ball, so not going to be that much passing tonight.
Yeah, I agree with that a lot. If you look at how the teams have played their season so far, they love to rely on the run game, especially their big backs, but I'm sure we'll also see the quarterback run too as we have that kickoff to start the game. It's going to go back. It's going to drop at about the 10-yard line to be picked up. And he has some room to run back with it. He has a block or two. He's going to bring it down all the way to about the 30-yard line. A nice return there for the Coyotes.
Yeah, nice start there by the Coyotes.
And we're going to see this Coyotes offense for the first time tonight. Very excited to see all the players that they have right now. This Coyotes offense, as we said, loves to run the ball. They love to run it with either their big running back or their quarterback, Mason Shea, who had 17 carries last game. So I'm sure we'll see all different types of running tonight. Some motion in the backfield, hands it off, and he picks up just a couple of yards. He's able to keep his body moving and get some extra yards there.
That's number 23, Bobby Blackburn on the carry.
That was number 23, Bobby Blackburn with the carry.
Second down and 7.
Yeah, Mason Shea, not the normal quarterback tonight. And for the season, really, their starting quarterback, McPherson, went down in the first game. So you're going to see a lot of running tonight, not that much throwing from Shea.
Shea with two running backs beside him. One motions off to the left. And it's another handoff right up the middle, and he has some room to run, and that's going to be a first down for the Coyotes. Nice, strong run right up the middle there. That was number 7, Ethan Ferber. I'm sure we're going to hear his name a lot tonight.
Yeah, Ferber, the main running back for the Coyotes. He has 7 rushing touchdowns tonight. Not tonight, excuse me, for the season.
Yes, Ferber had 2 touchdowns last game, so coming off a strong performance for Ferber, and they're going to need it tonight too. As we mentioned, this is not their starting quarterback going into the year. Takes a snap. It's a fake handoff to Ferber. He's going to throw the ball. He's going to be in the backfield, and he's going to tuck it, and he's going to run, try to get out of bounds. He's going to pick up a couple yards there before taking down about a 6-yard gain as he had nowhere to go and decided to run with the ball.
Yeah, good job by Casa Grande as well. Coverage down the field.
Second down and 5.
Yeah, it did not look like anybody was really open, and at least we saw this offense attempt to throw the ball. They don't throw the ball a lot, and part of the reason potentially is because they like to have that quarterback sneak off if you can't find anybody down the field. We got a second down here. Keep Ferber in the backfield right beside the quarterback. Motion right behind. It's going to be a handoff to Ferber again. He's going to be able to stuffed right at the line. Nowhere to go. It's going to be a loss of a yard there for the Coyotes.
Loss of 1. That'll bring up third down and 6.
Good read there by Casa Grande, not allowing the running back to go up the middle.
And with 3rd and 6 here, you'd think that we're going to see our first throw of the game. Can never be too sure. We have 3 wide receivers out to the right, 1 on the left side, and then Ferber right beside Shea in the backfield. And he's going to run to the left side. Ferber's going to lead block, but it's not going to get anywhere. Nice play there by that defense to stuff up Mason Shea as he attempted to go for that first down.
That'll bring up fourth down and 8.
Good start defensively for Casa Grande. And they get the ball back quickly.
Casa Grande is going to be returning. They have DeAndre Kelly back there. The punt's going to go to the right side of the field, so drop at the 20-yard line and get a nice bounce for the Coyotes. Going to land right at about the 25-yard line, 24-yard line they're spotting it at. Casa Grande is going to take over on offense.
After that punt, the Cougars will take over 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line.
Casa Grande likes to run the ball as well. It's going to be run by both sides as Casa Grande's quarterback also drive. It's going to be a false start on the offense there, especially if it's your first start of the game.
Yeah, not a great start there by Casa Grande offensively. Just not on the same page. Let's see if they can get back. on rhythm.
Gant in the shotgun position, takes the snap. Looks like he's going to do a screen pass to number 12, and they're going to pick up a couple more yards there before getting brought down. Picking up about 2 or 3 yards, it looks like, or maybe 5 or 6 yards with that false start, drawing them back to make the second down a little bit more manageable.
Pass is complete. Gain of 2 on the play.
Nice little screen pass there, but Coyotes doing a good job not, letting that go any further.
We got Gant in the shotgun position. We have Dontrell Harris, the running back, right next to him. As he fakes the handoff and does another screen pass out to the left side. He's got some room to run here. He's going to pick up almost a first down. It depends with a spot. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be a first down for Casa Grande as they're waving the chains forward. A nice first down pickup off of 2 screen passes after getting a false start to start the drive.
Moves the ball out to the 34-yard line. It'll be first and 10.
Gant has 3 receivers and trips to his left, 1 solo receiver on the right side, and then 1 running back next to him. Takes the snap, and that's going to be a handoff to his running back who has a lane to go. He's going to break that first tackle. He's going to kind of dance around and get some more yards before getting tackled. Another first down for this Casa Grande offense off of a fake quarterback sneak, handoff to the running back, and a lot of room to run for him.
Yeah, a good run there by Harris, who has 3 rushing touchdowns on the year. And Gaunt is a young quarterback, sophomore, but he's doing a really good job here in these early moments in the first quarter.
Yeah, nice job there. It looked like that was a quarterback read option. You could either hand it off or keep it himself, and it seems like he made the right decision as they were able to pick up a nice, strong first down. He takes the snap. Another fake handoff, but there's going to be a flag that's going to stop this play from happening. Looks like it's going to be another false start on this offense.
False start against the Cougars.
Just again, the Cougars not on the same page.
The ball back to the 41-yard line. It'll be first and 15.
They were able to answer last time with 2 screen passes. We'll see what they draw up here to get those yards right back. Gaunt in the backfield in the shotgun position with a fake handoff. Rolling out to his left. He's got some people in the backfield. He's able to get free and able to get some positive yards here. A nice job dancing around up there and getting, looks like to be about 12 yards on that scramble by the quarterback.
Yeah, Gaunt got some speed to him, but he does a good job not panicking as well, and he still gets some yards for his team.
Yeah, and it looked like Gaunt was rolling to his left and then saw that there were some people there, so he decided just to tuck it and run right back to the right. Don't normally see a quarterback roll one way and then get scramble on the other side of the field, but it worked out for Gaunt there. It seems like both times this team has gotten a false start, they're able to make those yards up quickly. Gaunt saying something to one of his receivers as he do another fake handoff, another screen pass, and he's going to be get right at the first down line. It looks like the refs are spotting him right there. They're going to give the first down, move the chains. Another first down for this Casa Grande offense.
Yeah, looks like Campo Verde maybe have missed a little bit of a tackle there.
Yeah, that first corner was there. He could have made that hit right in front of the sticks, but nice job there by the Cougars receiver. That was Nathan Long, who was able to just break free of that first tackle just enough to get that first down.
And we're seeing a lot of passes from Gaunt early in this drive.
Yeah, a lot of passes, not a lot of passes downfield at all. They're all screen passes, but they are working so far. Let's see what Gaunt does here. With the ball, it's going to be a handoff right up the middle and a tough hit right there. Pick up about 1.5 yards, but he got punished on the way out.
22, Rico Rios on the carry.
That was number 22, Rico Rios on the carry, and it took a real tough hit right there. I believe that was the linebacker that came in Made sure he only got that 1 yard.
Yeah, good response there by Campo Verde after giving up that first down and only giving up a yard. Second down now.
We have some come on D chants by the stands here today. Stands are filled with pink as it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I believe that's what the student section had. Their theme for today was a pink out. Some of the shirts say Campo Crazies on them with that breast cancer awareness symbol. As we have another false start on the offense, it seems like every time
Still second down.
Every time they get some sort of positive yards, they shoot themselves in the foot with these false starts. But it's worked out both times last couple times. See what Gon tries up here. That's a motion in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to number 11. He's going to take a hard hit, and he's going to push up just a couple yards there. Nice play by the defense there. That was number 11, DeAndre Kelly on the carry, and Nate Gomez, number 4, the cornerback, was able to make that tackle and bring it to a 3rd down and long. We haven't seen Gon throw the ball down the field yet. We've seen a lot of screen passes, but I believe this will be potentially the first time that we see at least a play drawn up for him to throw the ball down the field. We'll see his fake handoff, and he throws it down to number 12, and it's just a little bit long there, and that's going to be 4th down. He had the receiver. It was a pretty tight coverage, but just could not quite connect, just thrown a little bit over his head. And now we'll see the punting unit come out for Casa Grande.
Good job by Campo Verde to get that stop there. And like you said, the throw was a little bit over his head, but a good attempt as well by Gon.
And we have, looks like we have 2 returners back there. That's going to be number 4, Nate Gomez, who just made that crucial tackle. And then number 11, Brett Cornell, also back there. So we have 2 returners on either side of the field, depending on where this punt goes. And the ball is punted up. It's a pretty nice punt there. It's going to land at about be caught at the 15-yard line. It's going to break one tackle, break another tackle, and he's going to keep going before getting brought down at about the 23, 24-yard line. Nice, strong return. He kind of fought off a couple tackles, and even when he had 2 people draped over him, he was still able to keep his legs moving and get a couple yards.
Yeah, it was a good return there. You know, some of the defenders were right up his throat there, but he was able to break some tackles and get some nice yardage for the second drive for Campo Verde.
Now we'll see this Campo Verde offense again. As we've mentioned multiple times, they love to run the ball. I'm sure we'll see another healthy amount of runs on this drive as well. Let's see what they do on their first drive. That's a little bit of motion to the right side. It's going to be a screen pass, and it's just going to be dropped. Even if he caught it, he got tackled right away, so wasn't going anywhere anyways, but it was in the hands and just incomplete.
Yeah, it looks like he also may have tried to run without having the ball completely under control.
It's something that you're taught from a young age as you watch the ball go in your hands, but it's something that you see NFL players make that problem all the time. So you'll see in all levels of football, that'll be second down. And it looks like we're going to have a stoppage of play.
Officials timeout.
And it looks like it's going to be an officials timeout here as they have something to talk about. And while they're talking about that, we'll be going to break. All right, never mind. I guess we'll be staying right here. Can't quite tell what this timeout is, but I guess we're going to be going right back to play. So not a full timeout there, and we'll stay with you guys to bring you guys some more action. We got 1 running back there. We got 1 receiver making a motion to the left side. 3 receivers on the left now. His ball is going to be handed off. He's going to cut up the middle for a couple yards. And a nice cut there to pick up about 2 or 3 yards after a run that looked like it was going for no gain.
Yeah, it was Ferber again.
Yeah, Ferber, as we mentioned, had a super strong game last week. And I'm sure they're waiting to unleash him this week. Have not quite been able to do so. so far. I think Casa Grande looks like they're kind of teeing up on the run. They're stacking the box heavy. You see that they don't really have any safeties beyond 10 yards of the scrimmage, so it's going to be tough to run on them. So you have a third down here. He drops back to make his first pass, and he throws the ball over the field. He has a receiver, and it's going to be caught for a first down for the Coyotes. A nice throw and a beautiful catch there. Diving catch right over the middle of the field. And I mentioned they had no safety over top, and that comes back to bite them. I bet you they're a little surprised that he threw the ball that far down the field.
Yeah, maybe catching Casa Grande off guard a little bit. But good job by Shea to stay confident and be able to complete that pass, and what a catch as well.
Yeah, we mentioned Shea did not have a lot of passing yards. He only had 35 passing yards last game, so you see that he still has that confidence in his arm. As they, looks like they're going to go for another pass. There's a fake handoff, but there's a lot of people in the backfield. He's going to get dropped, lose about 3 yards in that sack right there.
It looks like maybe he was trying to throw the ball again, but just nowhere for him to go. And maybe Casa Grande just tightening up their coverage down the field as well.
Yeah, and Casa Grande really got into that backfield far. It looked like after the first second or two, you just had to tuck it and just make sure you had some ball security. Got second down, about 13 right now. They're about just inside Casa Grande territory as he hands the ball off. And it's going to be a pickup of about 4 yards to get back down to where they originally were, as we have to bring up a 3rd and 10 right here at the 45-yard line. That was Ferber again with that carry.
Maybe we'll see another throw again.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know that he can do it, and I'm sure this Casa Grande defense will switch it up a little bit. I'm sure that safety will be a little bit farther back here. Shea takes the snap. He looks to his left, and he moves to his right. He has a receiver. He's going to throw it to him, and it is caught again for another first down. His helmet does come off, but he does able to make the catch and bring the first down on a nice contested catch and a great throw by Ferber while moving to his right. That was number 83, Miguel Morones, with the big catch there. This offense has some life into them after those two big throws. He hands it off to the left, and he's able to get a couple yards before getting brought down right up the middle of the field, about to pick up 4 yards to bring up a 2nd and 6, it looks like.
Gain of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Sorry, that was only 2 yards.
It's a good drive here by, Campo Verde, just slowly getting down the field, but as well Shea throwing some great passes and some crucial passes as well.
Yeah, and I think Casa Grande went in with a game plan of stopping the run, and now when they're getting passed on, it's switching everything up. You have one receiver in the backfield, a tight end, who makes a run, but he's going to be keeping that ball. He's going to make one man miss, and he's going to take off up the field, and there's a flag on the field, but he is going to get tackled at about the, looks like it just before the 20-yard line, but there is a flag on the play, so we'll see what they say. Let's hear from our head ref.
During the play, holding, offense number 70, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, 2nd down.
There you go with the holding there. It's going to bring that offense back a little bit. And there's one way to stop a really good drive. It's to get a penalty like holding or something like that. Let's see what he does here. One running back in the backfield. It's not going to be a handoff. He's going to throw. It's going to be a screen pass. It gets tipped at the line, but he's still able to make the catch. He's able to get up almost to that first down line. A ball that looked like it was about to be batted down is caught and brought up, and almost not quite a first down, but it's going to make it real close on this 3rd down.
Yeah, it looked a little weird. It looked like maybe Casa Grande may have intercepted it, but great job.
Yeah, and it was a risky throw there because that could have been a pick 6 if it was potentially intercepted. That's going to bring us to the end of our first quarter. Sadly, no points yet, but we're starting to see a good drive here by Campo Verde. As we go to our first break, we'll talk to you guys to start the 2nd quarter.
Hey everyone, this is Paul Schultz. I'm a senior at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, and I'm a proud member of the
Knock, knock.
Play-by-play
Yeah, nothing, Cal.
and color commentator as well. And I'm so excited to gather new skills and continue to share stories with Varsity Sports.
Punt. We're doing punt scheme, so some special teams for practice ends. Yes, sir. Man, long practice, working hard, but after the little kickoff regime we got going on, we're gonna jump into some more defense, offense, do some more walkthroughs.
Welcome back. We're here at Campo Verde High School as we have some football Friday Night Lights action, second down, or third down for Campo Verde. They're right outside the red zone on about a 3rd and 2, it looks like, as they hand it off to their big back Ferber, and he's able to fight for it, and he's going to get that first down a little bit more as he's going to be moving the chains. And this is going to be our first red zone appearance by either offense here as we hear the cowbell start to ring in the stands for a Coyotes first down.
Yeah, good job by Ferber just to power his way through and just get that first down for his team and potentially, you know, getting some points on the board as well.
Yeah, and for those who missed this drive, it's been a lot of running, but it's been a little bit of throwing too, which you don't normally see from this offense. As we have now first down, looks like he's going to throw again. He's going to throw it back, put fade to the end zone, and it is caught with one hand, it looks like, and it's going to be a touchdown. What a catch there by number 5, Alston Garcia, with a huge one-handed catch to cap off a magnificent drive for Campo Verde.
Just good. Wow, that was a great pass by Shea as well. He just lofts that one into the end zone. And, you know, just unexpected as well. He threw it.
Yeah.
But a good job by Campo Verde to get this first touchdown.
Yeah, and you say that was a great pass. It was one of those passes where it's tight cover and you just put the ball and you just tell your receiver, make a play on it. I'm going to give you a chance. You got to make a play. And boy, did he make a play. Catching that with one hand is now we have the extra point to cap off this drive. And that looks like it was blocked. It was tipped a little bit. That's not going to be good. It was just a little bit short after one member of the Casa Grande Cougars is able to get their hands up and knock that down. But it is still a nice touchdown, and it is a 6-0 lead for the home dogs, Campo Verde Coyotes.
Great start by Campo Verde, and let's see if their defense can, you know, go off of that momentum that the offense just had a great drive and get some stops.
Yeah, and I'm sure on the other side of the ball, Casa Grande is probably not too pleased with how easily that drive was. I mean, there was a couple thirds down, but for the most part, it was just some nice third down conversions with their arm, but there's solid running all the way down, so I'm sure Casa Grande would like to respond right here.
Kicking off for the Coyotes, number 27, Chase Hudson.
Kicking off is going to be number 27, Chase Hudson. By the Coyotes is going to be kicking that into the backfield or up to the receivers, who's 10. Number 10, Casa Grande, is going to be Dontrell Harris. And number 11 back there is going to be DeAndre Kelly. Those are their two returners out there for the Cougars. So that's going to be a little squib kick, and it'll be a little low. It's going to bounce, and they're just going to let that go out of bounds. There's going to see a flag on the field as you can't kick it out of bounds. It's going to be brought up quite a bit. So Casa Grande should get some relatively good field position here after a scoring play.
Yeah, good field position for Casa Grande, but, you know, on that first drive we saw a lot of screen plays. It worked out for them, but maybe they're going to switch it up a little bit, but the screen plays were working for them, so let's see what they have for this drive.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the one thing they don't want to do this drive is has those false starts. I believe they had 3 false starts in their last drive, and you're never going to really have 3 false starts in a drive and get any sort of points, especially when all 3 of those false starts were on first down, including the first play of the game on offense for them. So you're going to want to see just not as many false starts. You want to see a little bit more composure there. And if you have that, they did have those screen passes and those runs that made them get some valuable yards. Again, we got Gant in the backfield, or as quarterback. He threw the ball a couple times in the last drive, mostly just along that line of scrimmage. He has another screen pass, it looks like, out to his receiver number 4, and they're going to pick up about 6 yards there as a nice little opening play for them on offense to get the ball moving down the field. That was Nathan Long, who's been catching a lot of these screen passes so far. Long's now there in the backfield alongside Gaunt. We have a motion out to the left. They're going to fake the handoff there, and he's going to throw the ball again, but it's going to be tipped down. A nice tip play by Campo Verde. That's number 83, Miguel Morones, who made that nice tip down. He also was the tight end that had a big catch on offense. So you see some players getting work on both sides of the ball for either team. Nice play there.
Yeah, he read that one well, keeping his eyes on the quarterback to see where he was going to throw that ball. And he was able to get his hand on it.
Yeah, and that ball was going to Dontrell Harris, who looked open, so it would have been a gain of yards. I couldn't necessarily say it would be a first down, but that definitely would have made this third down a lot more manageable. We have Gaunt in the backfield here. We got two receivers to his left, one to his right, and then one receiver motioning off to the left. And it's going to be a handoff, and they are going to get stopped at first, but he's going to keep his feet moving, and it's going to be a battle, and does not look like he's going to get that first down. A nice job breaking that first tackle, but then he got wrapped up about 2 or 3 bodies, was able to bake 3. It is now a fourth down. It looks like 4th down and 2, I believe. But we're going to keep the offense on the field here. They're right at about midfield. So we'll see a 4th down play here.
All right, Coyote fans, let's make some noise. Let's jump out the key. It's 4th down.
Gaunt with 2 running backs on either side of him. 2 receivers to the left, and we have 1 motioning to the left side as they're going to throw. Screen there. It's going to be a foot race, and he's going to be able to pick up that first down. A nice play there, and they do get the first down and move the chains to keep the offense on the field.
Yeah, good play right there. And we're seeing the screen pass work very well for them. And a good decision by the coach to keep that offense on the field and get that big first down.
Yeah, and sometimes on 4th downs you don't necessarily love throwing the ball to a receiver that's not past that line that you need to get, but turns out it worked out for them there. So a nice gamble, and it does work out. Takes a snap, and it's going to be a handoff to the running back who has to fight to get that corner, and he does, and he has a lot of room to go, and he might take this all the way running along the sideline. 1 man to beat, and he is pushed down. A nice strong run there, and a little bit of talking afterwards. That was number 10, Dontrell Harris, with a nice strong run to get them within the red zone, just within the 10-yard line.
Wow, what a run by Harris. He beat his defender on that sideline. And like you said, at the end of the play, he kind of ran over his defender and had some words for him, but great play by Harris.
Yeah, and he had a foot race against, I believe it was a linebacker right at that line of scrimmage. You did not know if he was going to get that or not. And right when he hit that corner, he was just able to take off. So now we have a lot of men on the line of scrimmage. And it's a snap to the running back who's going to bobble a little bit and take it to the outside. He's going to get there just to about the 2 or 3 yard line. It was kind of snapped, bobbled. He's able to catch it again and then just take it as far as he can up the left side of the field. He's able to get some nice positive yards there. Looking like it's going to be another play with a lot of big bodies up there on the line of scrimmage. It's another one that's dropped and is almost fumbled, or it was fumbled and almost returned or recovered by Campo Verde. It looks like there's been no word and they say it will stay with the Cougars, but that was a very, very dangerous play right there. Something as a coach you would never like to see, especially right how close you are to the goal line.
Yeah, not a great play there by Casa Grande, but let's see if they can get back into the rhythm and get something out of this drive.
And that was 2 times they did a wildcat play where the snap goes to anybody but the quarterback, and both times it was fumbled, so I'm sure that Gaunt will be getting the ball on this side. Or I can't be sure, but I'd expect that Gaunt will be getting the ball after those 2 big high-pressure plays. Now they're going to call a timeout here. So something didn't look right for the offense. Or maybe the defense had something set up they didn't like. So they're going to call a timeout on this big 3rd down. And we'll stay here. What do you think that this team needs to do right now to get in the end zone?
I think they really just need to, stay composed, not get any false starts. We've seen that a little bit, and sometimes when they're on offense, they're kind of off rhythm. But we saw some really great plays going down into the red zone. So I think maybe on this play they're going to, talk about it in their timeout and all get on the same page, and hopefully we'll see something out of this drive.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. We've seen some positives from this offense. That's why they're there so close to the goal line. But you also see the small little plays like that fumble right there that could have cost them this drive. It's just they seem to get a lot of positives, but then one mistake. We saw that on the first drive a lot with 3 false starts. So we'll see what they draw up here. I'm sure that Gaunt will be getting the ball in some capacity either before he hands it off, runs it in himself, or throws it. We have 3 receivers out to the right at the start of this play. 1 out to the left. And then Dontrell Harris, the running back who had a strong run to set them up in this position, off to his right side there. He takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw it, and that will be a touchdown, Cougars. The throw was just a little bit behind the receiver, but he was able to make the adjustment, catch it, and now the game is all tied up, waiting for the extra point by the Cougars.
That was a tough catch right there. There was a defender right there as well for Casa Grande, for Campo Verde, but, Casa Grande was able to get that crucial touchdown and tie this game up.
Yeah, and I mentioned the throw was a little bit behind him, and that seemed like it was on purpose because you mentioned that there was that defender right there. If that throw was leading him a little bit, it could have been knocked down or intercepted. Number 7, Luke Auza taking this kick, but it is stopped for some reason. I don't see a flag on the field.
Full start. Offense, number 24. 5-yard penalty. We'll replay the try.
My mistake. There was a flag on the field. That's going to be a false start. And, we talked about it on offense. They have false starts. Even on special teams, seems like this team is prone to a couple of false starts there, making this extra point just a little bit harder. If you remember, the last extra point was knocked down. We'll see what happens with this one. And that one is going to get through. And now we have a 7-6 lead for Casa Grande with about 7:51 left to go here in the first half. As we will go to break and talk to you guys right after this short break.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 education.
Hello everybody, my name is Kate Cameron, and I'm a senior at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I'm incredibly excited to get started with Varsity Sports Show. As a former high school athlete and Arizona native, I'll be giving you, the viewer, an in-depth look of the play on the field while emphasizing the culture that is the heart and soul of Arizona sports.
As it looks like it will be an onside kick here to start this, and they catch the ball, but it does not look like he was past the line he has to get to. And there's going to be a flag, so it looks like that he either touched the ball before he got crossed that line, or there was a false start of sub-capacity, but tried to catch them off guard. Caught, I think, everybody off the guard with that onside kick attempt right there.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a weird play, but it kind of almost worked out. But like you said, they weren't getting enough yardage.
Yeah, and there's still 8 minutes left in this half, so there's no trying to get the half, as we hear what the ref has to say.
On the kicking team, number 18. 15 yards into the kick. First down, Campo Verde.
So as we said, the onside kick did not go 10 yards, and that's going to set this team back quite a lot here, as now Campo Verde is going to get some great field position after that attempted onside kick failed. So a risky play right there and did not work out, and now you got to rely on your defense to make up for that play, make up for potentially a mistake of trying to go for that onside kick, as now we got some nice field position for this offense that moved the ball well last time. He takes the snap. It's going to be a fake handoff. He's going to throw the ball up the seam in the field. He had his receiver, and it was just a little bit high. Could not quite connect there, but he was open. That was a nice throw there by Mason Shea.
That'll bring up second down and 10.
Yeah, he was definitely open, and it looked like maybe he was a little off balance as well, unable to catch that.
Yeah, as we have 2nd and 10 here with 7:46 left in the second quarter. Takes the snap. It's going to be a shovel pass to his receiver. He's going to turn the ball up the field. He's going to pick up a lot of yards there. Not quite a first down, but make the third down a lot more manageable there. A nice carry there by Blackburn.
Gain of 7 on the play. That'll bring up third down and 3.
Yeah, Blackburn just used his speed and find the seams through the defense. Good play.
Now we got about a third down and 3 here. Takes the snaps a little bit low, and he hands it off to his running back, who's able to pick up a lot of yards and get that first down, and maybe some more. As a nice tackle in the open field, prevents a touchdown, but a nice long run for Blackburn there to get them within the red zone, and some nice field position now for this offense.
Yeah, Blackburn gets a much-deserved break going to the sideline, but we're seeing this, that onside kick really cost Casa Grande.
Yeah, because it's just one first down, and now they're already within that 10-yard line, looking for their second touchdown of this quarter here. Shea under center here. 2 running backs in the backfield. He hands it off, and he is able to pick up a touchdown, another touchdown for the Coyotes. That was number 7, Ethan Ferber, who we mentioned had 2 touchdowns last game. He has 1 touchdown so far here tonight, and a pretty easy drive for this offense after attempted onside kick did not go through.
Yeah, Ferber picking up where he left off from last week, and just a good drive as well. That short, they had a good field position, and they capitalized.
And we have a kind of a weird setup right here. Jace Hudson, the kicker, is out there. He's acting like he's going to take the kick. The offensive linemen were all the way on the left side of the field, but they've returned back to their normal position here. So Hudson goes for this onside kick. This one he sees go through the upside. That first kick was knocked down, not this time. And now we got a 13-7 lead for Campo Verde here with about 6:33 left in this first half. And we'll see this Casa Grande offense for another time. Campo Verde, I'd be very surprised. They went for an onside kick after seeing how that worked off for Casa Grande last time.
Yeah, I'd probably just see a regular kick here. No need to really do an onside kick when you're up in the second quarter.
Back returning for Casa Grande, we have Dontrell Harris and DeAndre Kelly. Both of them have seen the ball a fair amount tonight, and both of them have made some pretty big plays with the ball. So those are 2 people you do not want to see with a lot of open field returning this kick. Remember the last time they kicked it off, it did go out of bounds. I'm sure they'd like to see it stay in bounds this time, as that gives some nice field position to the other team.
Harrison Kelly back for the Cougars.
Here's Hudson with the kickoff. And it's a nice deep kick. It's going to be right along that sideline, but it's going to be caught and it's going to be returnable. He's going to take it to the other side of the field. He's going to try to get a couple blocks, and he does as he takes up a couple more yards before getting brought down right at about the 27-yard line. A nice return there. He caught it at about the 12 and was able to take it to the other side of the field and pick up about 15 yards there.
Yeah, like you said, it's kind of a similar kick. This one stays in bounds, but good job going to the opposite side of the field and getting some yardage for his team.
Yeah, and some nice blocks by a lot of players there, including Dontrell Harris, who was returning on the other side. He was able to come in. He saw that he was taking it around to his side of the field. He was able to come in and put a nice block on a gunner right there. So now we see this Cougars offense for the 3rd time tonight. Got the fake handoff. He's going to throw it right up the seam, but it looked like his receiver just had tripped and was just getting up. So he was not able to turn his head around. Just the timing a little bit messed up there on that play.
Yeah, it looked like it may have worked if Harris was, turned around, but Kelly. That was Kelly right there.
We haven't seen it throw the ball a ton tonight, and when we do see it, it's a lot of screen passes. So we've not seen his throwing down the field as much. We'll see what they do here. It's with Harris right beside him in the backfield. 3 receivers out to the left. Got about 6:19 left as he fakes the handoff. He's going to run to his left side. He's going to look for a block from a receiver. He's going to get one. He's going to pick up about a first down. A nice run there by Gaunt. It looks like, again, a lot of pressure in the backfield. He's able to make it work. Had a nice block from receiver to get that first down as they're moving the chains.
Move the ball out to the Cougar 37-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10.
Got about 5:50 left in this half. It's 13-7 right now. Campo Verde with the lead. Gaunt in the shotgun position has 2 receivers to either side of him and 1 running back in the backfield. And it looks like it's going to be
Now, delay game. Offense number 2. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Yep, and that's going to be another delay of game for the Cougars. I believe that's the 5th one tonight, which is, you don't want 5 penalties in total in a half, especially when it's 5 delay of games. As they now take the snap, and they hand it off, but not a lot to go as he's dropped right away. Even loses, it looks like, a yard or 2 there on that play. So a drive that was just starting to look promising suddenly is not going their way as they have a delay of game and then a run that gets a tackle for a loss.
Yeah, good job by Campo Verde there on defense, not allowing any yardage, but these penalties really are hurting Casa Grande.
Now they have a long 3rd down. It looks like it's going to be about a 3rd and, I want to say 17 here, so a long ways to go on this drive, and it looks like there's going to be a timeout by, I think it might just be an official timeout there.
Second down.
And yep, they're going to change that to 2nd down. They had the
Penalty that'll bring up
marker saying 3rd down, but it is 2nd down here, so they got 1 more down to make some plays going. As it's going to be a fake handoff. He's going to air the ball down the field. It's going to be off the fingertips of his receiver. That was Kelly again, diving to catch that, but not quite able to make that connection.
Yeah, that was going to be a tough catch for Kelly to make if he was able to, but that throw just a little too far.
And even though it wasn't a completion, you could see them getting aggressive. That was one of the only times we've seen them throw the ball down the field here. So the coach, I bet, still likes that aggressiveness from the quarterback. And now there's going to be a timeout as it looks like there's a little bit miscommunication between Khan and the head coach while calling this next play. So they'll have some time to think about it. What do you think they got to drop right here to get this first down?
I mean, I think right now they're really just not on the same page once again, but I think, it's a long 3rd down. They probably have to throw the ball in order to get that first down.
Yeah, and just again, if you're just joining us, you might have seen that false start right there, but there's been 5 false starts for this Casa Grande offense, or 4 for the offense and 1 even on special teams kicking the extra point. So the team does not seem 100% on sync so far tonight. We'll see, and that is haltering their offense just a little bit. That first drive, they had a lot of big, long plays, but they weren't able to get any points with it because of the 3 false starts they had just on that first drive alone. We now have all 5 receivers out, at least to start the play. We'll see if that ends the way. We have 3 receivers out to the left, 2 receivers out to the right. They need a 3rd and about 17 yards to keep this drive alive. And he's going to go in the shotgun to throw a high ball to his receiver, and it was just over his head, out of bounds. Good coverage all over the field by the defense there. And it looks like they're going to be bringing out the punt team yet again.
Yeah, that was good coverage, and I don't think that the receiver was expecting that ball.
And even if he was expecting that ball, it looked like it was just a little bit out of bounds. And that was just good coverage all around the field. They knew they had to get 17 yards. They knew they were going to be throwing the ball deep, and so they were able to play it that way. And now they'll be getting the ball right back again on offense. 2 returners back for Campo Verde. Got about 4:29 left in the 2nd quarter. It's a high snap. The punter is able to catch it and get the punt off quite cleanly, and they're going to let that ball drop, and it hits a nice bounce until he's picking it up. He's going to take it out to the left side of the field, and he's going to turn up field and get hit out of bounds So a nice play there by the punter to even catch and get that off. Nice play there by the returner to let the ball drop a little bit, then pick it up and pick up just a couple yards to get that offense just slightly better field position.
Moves the ball out to the Coyote 47-yard line, 42-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10.
Coyotes are going to get the ball, or sorry, the Coyotes will get the ball at their own 42-yard line here. With about 4:16 left in the second half. Shea in the pocket right now with the receiver to his, or running back to his left as he throws, fakes a screen pass, and he's going to take off up the field, and he's going to pick up a couple yards before getting with a big hit there. But he was able to pick up a couple yards off there. It was a fake handoff, fake screen pass, and he just tucked it and ran right up the middle.
Yeah, good job by Shea just to, tough it out and try to get some yards for his team. But like you said, a big hit from the defender.
Yeah, we mentioned Shea was originally supposed to be the slot receiver before taking over at quarterback. Their quarterback got injured in the first game. As he bobbles that handoff or snap a little bit, he's able to roll out of one tackle, roll out of another, and pick up some positive yards here with a nice tackle there by the defense. There is a flag back there in the backfield, so we'll see what they say there. But a good job by Shea to avoid a couple hits in the backfield.
Probably see a holding.
Yeah, based off the offense moving back, we'll see a holding. Let's see what the ref has to say.
Holding against the Coyotes.
And that's going to be holding against the Coyotes, so that's going to set them back a little bit. Both teams having a little penalty trouble here in this first half. As it was a good play by Shea. He had a lot of defenders in the backfield, but he was able to tuck it and kind of maneuver his way out and pick up some yards. Sadly, it won't help the team at all as there's a holding taking it back. Shea looks like he's trying to get defense to jump. Didn't work. As he now takes the snap, he stands in the pocket, head down the field, and then he's going to take up again, and he's going to pick up good chunky yardage there. So we're seeing Shea like to use his feet a lot here on this drive so far, and he's doing it pretty effectively so far.
Yeah, good job by Shea to not, panic, and even though he's not seeing any receivers down the field, he's still getting some decent yardage for his team. And it's also great to note that both of these teams are coming off of a bye week, so just trying to get their rhythm back and cohesion back.
Yeah, and potentially they all have fresh legs to go for these runs. As he takes the snap, he looks to his left side. He's going to throw the ball deep down the field to his right side, and a nice pass break up there, but a flag does come in late. So it looked like it was nice coverage, but maybe it was a little bit too good of coverage there as the flag comes in right where that ball was broken up. That was number 6 for Casa Grande, Kenny Campbell, on the coverage there.
Pass interference, defense, number 6. 15 yards from the previous spot. The result is a first down.
So remember, high school football does college football rules where pass interference is only 15 yards. It's not like the NFL where the ball gets placed at the spot of the foul. So it will be 15 yards. It won't be. Probably would have been 25 yards if that was NFL rules are caught. But still a nice boost for this offense as they do a fake handoff to a real handoff, and it did not fool 52, but it doesn't matter because he breaks out of the tackle and he cuts it upfield. A nice run there by number 7, Ferber, who it looked like he might lose a lot of yards off of a great defensive play, but he's able to break the tackle, turn around, cut up the field, and pick up some nice positive yards.
Yeah, just a little unfortunate there for Casa Grande as well. Looked like they may have gotten a big stop.
Yeah, they're not fooled by that first fake handoff, but it does not matter as Ferber is able to make a nice play. So they go to Ferber again. He runs up the middle of the field, and he picks up. It looks like he's just going to be short of that first down line, so we'll have a third down and about maybe even half a yard. It's super close there. They're not going to be moving the chains. 3rd and 1. We got about 1:39 left in this half. Again, it's 13-7. Campo Verde with the lead because they have a big third down play here. Takes the snap, and there's going to be a flag. It looks like it's going to be on the defense, so they might get that first down, as it looks like it might be a neutral zone infraction. We'll wait to hear from the ref.
Prior to the snap, encroachment on the defense, number 11. 5-yard penalty. Result, first down.
So, yep, encroachment there. Got the first down the easy way, as they like to say, as they didn't have to do any work for it. Just a defender that was a little bit over antsy to make a big play to go end this half. As he takes the snap again, he's going to be back looking to throw it again. A flag thrown there, but he's going to throw it deep, and that's going to be way too deep, as he had nobody really open. Nice coverage all along those receivers as there's a flag in the middle of the field. Let's hear what it is.
Holding. Offense, number 50. 10 yards from the previous spot. Second down.
Holding there. That's the second holding penalty on this drive for the Coyotes.
Yeah, that one just going right back to where it originally was. And
now we got a first down and very long. About a minute and 10 left in the game. Open. He did a. It looks like it was supposed to be a hard count, and two of his offensive linemen did not know that, and they jumped, and that's going to send it back even more. As, yep, that's a false start on the offense. So a drive that, again, has been looking very promising is just back-to-back penalties, and now looks down they got first down in a mile. They're almost at the 50-yard line with about a minute 10 left to play in this half. They might just want to try to run the clock down here. Takes the snap. He's going to throw the ball down the field, wide open to see him. He's going to break one tackle. He's going to break two tackles. He's going to keep going, and he's going to go all the way to inside the red zone. A flag was thrown right at the end of that play, but a nice play by that receiver there to break two tackles. That was number 5, Alston Garcia, who had that big touchdown catch earlier in this game. The refs are still talking about that flag, but the offense has moved up to where that tackle was made, so maybe they know something we don't know. Let's hear what happened. And they're going to say no flag on that play, so that was a clean play. And I know Campo Verde is happy to see a first down, happy to see a big play. They're also just happy to see a play that didn't have a flag, as they got penalties in the last 2 plays. They're afraid that would make it 3 in a row. So now they're in some very good positioning here as they roll out to the left. Shea has a receiver open in the end zone, and that is a touchdown for the Coyotes. Nice catch there, nice throw by Shea, and a nice play all around for this Coyotes offense to take a commanding 19-7 lead with about 47 seconds left in the half with one more extra point.
yeah, what looked like an impossible first down to get, they catch a break, and just big play after big play, and able to get a touchdown, a big touchdown before halftime.
Yeah, and I said that maybe he'll try to run it down. That's why I'm sitting here doing play-by-play and not coaching the team down there, because he was aggressive with it, and boy, did it pay off as we have this extra kick, and it's it's a little bit high, and it's going to be recovered by Casa Grande, so that's going to be the second extra point that does not go through, and by no fault of the kicker. The first one was knocked down. That one looked like the snap was just a little bit high there and a little bit fast, and they weren't able to get that ball down. So you're happy with the 19 points on the board. You're a little bit mad it's not 21, but we got about 47 seconds left in this half. We'll see another kickoff. The strong kick last time, but also a strong return. Remember, we have 2 receivers back for Casa Grande. That's Dontrell Harris and DeAndre Kelly. Kelly has had some really good returns, so I wonder if they're maybe try to go to the other side of the field and give Harris the ball. Kelly's been doing good so far on the returns, or just letting the ball go out of bounds. Got 47 seconds left. It's 19-7 here. Campo Verde with the lead. They kick it off. That's a strong kick again, and that's back to Kelly, who catches it about the 3-yard line. He has some place to return it, though. He goes again to that opposite side of the field, and he has to cut in and pick up about to that 20-yard line. So Nice return by Kelly. Also a good job by the defense there to hold him to only about a 17-yard return there.
Yeah, let's see what Casa Grande has in these last few seconds.
Again, we haven't seen Casa Grande throw the ball down the field a ton. We have not seen a huge play by them, at least throwing the ball wise. So we'll see what they do here as we have a quick timeout. Here we got 39 seconds to play in this half. As I say again, it's 19-7. Campo Verde with the lead after a really strong drive there. There's a couple strong drives starting to get tied together for this Campo Verde offense. So we'll see Casa Grande. I'm sure that they'll love to at least get some points here going into halftime. They've had some pretty good drives so far, but it's just the penalties are starting to really hurt them when they get farther and farther down the field.
Yeah, the penalties have really hurt them, and it's also important to note that sometimes these extra points, that could be costly late in the game. Just missing those extra points could really add up, going into that fourth quarter, third quarter late. So, Casa Grande is still in this game by it's very close still. So let's see what they do in these final seconds of the second quarter.
Yeah, those two good special teams plays to block that first extra point, and then that was just a mishap on the third extra point, but that is keeping them in the game and giving them a little bit of life. As he takes the snap, that's gone, it is. He looks down the field, and he is just going to take off with the ball. He's going to bring it up. He has a good way to run before getting tackled out of bounds, and he was tackled a little bit late out of bounds, and some players are not happy on that sideline. There's going to be a flag, and that's going to be some extra yards for Casa Grande, as that was just a late hit, and whenever the quarterback gets hit late out of the bounds, you can expect to see some yellow on the field.
Yeah, just unnecessary there from Campo Verde. The quarterback's already going out of bounds, and just for them to get some extra yardage in these last few seconds, it's big for them and their confidence.
Yeah, as you say, there's only 30 seconds left in this half, so they don't necessarily have a ton of time to get a strong drive, and he was going out of bounds. You just got to let him just go out of bounds, and they'd still have a long ways to go, but giving them this extra 15 yards is huge for this offense. Even if they're not able to turn it into a touchdown, it still gets them that much closer to the field goal line. So just not a great decision there. We just have the refs talking about it a little bit, and they're going to say it was unsportsmanlike conduct for a hit late there. So this offense gets a boost, and they needed a boost bad right there. We've said that they've been a lot of penalties against them that's been really hurting them, but this one is helping them a lot, as we are just seeing the chains be walked all the way down the field here. That's going to be all the way down to the Coyotes' 39-yard line. So just basically flipping the field position right here for this offense. And now a drive that looked like they'd really have to do a lot of work to get within field goal range. They're 1 or 2 plays out. About 30 seconds left. 1st and 10 here. Gaunt alone in the backfield. So he takes a snap, and he throws a quick screen pass to his receiver. Not quite a screen, but a curl pass to his receiver, and they pick up a couple more yards before calling a timeout to save that valuable clock. So now there's only 23 seconds left in this half. But boy, did this offense just catch a break right there.
Yeah, they really did. And if they're able to, put some plays together and get it out of bounds potentially, they can really, either get a field goal.
And we'll be going to break. We'll talk to you guys after this quick break.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got Casa Grande, the offense, taking the snap here, looking down the field. He's being chased to his right, and he's tackled from behind. A huge tackle there by the defense. And looks like we're going to try to get the ball up fast to see if they can get a playoff. There's about 8 seconds left. 7, 6, 5. And they get the snap off. So one final play, one heave down the field. He throws it down, and it is broken up. And that will bring an end to the first half. A nice drive so far, but a huge defensive play able to keep the clock going, to get them not quite out of field goal range, but to get them farther from field goal range so they weren't able to score. And we'll go into half. It's 19-7. Campo Verde with the lead here after 2 quarters. We'll see you guys to start the 3rd quarter.
This program is paid for by the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit educational organization, and its partners.
You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show, home of Arizona's youth, high school, college sports, and you, empowering education and enabling dreams, right here on KDUS AM 1060 in Arizona. And now, welcome to the Varsity Sports Show.
Guys, welcome to halftime. It's an interesting, condensed version of the Varsity Sports Show, and hope you guys are enjoying the game, whatever game you're watching. We're doing a little special feature today. We're featuring the Somerville family. And we've got Chris, Dad, Rebecca, Mom, Jordan, Quentin, and Lauren. And I've been studying this because I'm fascinated by it, and we want to get to know this family a little bit better. So first, I'm going to start with Chris and Rebecca. Chris.
Supporting Coach Mons and supporting the administration, Miss A and Mr. Harris, the athletic director, and everything that they've done for Quentin and Lauren. I just want to be able to give back to those families in our program and the community that Saguaro serves.
Rebecca, is this nice that Chris stays active with the school, or do you have a bunch of projects at home that he needs to get to that he's just trying to avoid and by participating at Saguaro?
No, he does have a bunch of projects he should be doing at home, but his passion is helping out kids. So, of course, I want to keep fostering that and allow him to continue to grow on that path.
Okay. All right. You guys have 3 children. So, obviously, Jordan is the oldest. Then we have Quentin, and then we have Lauren. Now, each of them does something pretty different. I mean, they've all been involved in athletics to a certain degree, but they've kind of forged their own path that's very distinct. How did you guys encourage them to get involved with extracurriculars? Did you push them into it? Did you kind of let them figure it out on their own? Was there some type of foundation that you laid for them that gave them that path? It's open to either Chris or Rebecca to answer.
You know, that's funny. As you asked that question, I was thinking about that a little bit, but you know, I got into coaching before the kids were even born. And when we moved here, I got into coaching. I coached, I didn't coach Jordan when he was younger. And I think I started coaching him maybe when he was 12 or 13 years old. And he actually started coaching when he was 14. I started a little bit earlier with Quentin when he was 9, but that kind of sprung board Jordan into having a bug to coach, right? So I remember when he was 14 years old, he presented this offense to me, this offense called Alpha. I'm like, what is this? And then we sat down and looked at it. I'm like, you know what? This may work. And that particular season, I think we were playing 10U football, and we worked on that offense the whole entire year. And we didn't bring it out until the championship game. And that offense won me my first championship. So I'm like, this kid may be on to something.
Alpha.
And yeah, that was at 14 years old. And so he went on to coach. He went on to coach Quentin in basketball that year, and he just got the coaching bug, and it, it kind of, that's where it kind of started at. And I didn't have to encourage Lauren to get involved into athletic training. It was Jordan that got her involved, right? So it was pay it forward type thing. And Lauren's like, hey, if you're going to be at the school, you need to do something. And Jordan actually encouraged her to get involved with athletic training. And that's, and she was there all 4 years at Saguaro and got involved. So, and Miss Nikki She learned from a great tutor and mentor, and Miss Nikki over at Swirl, and it has led her on to do better things in her life as well.
Rebecca, what were the discussions like at the dinner table? What was it like? Could it be pretty tense at times? Talking about the coaching and the playing and the encouragement and all that. I mean, what was all that like?
It could be intense at times because there was sometimes not a real the fine line. There was a very fine line between coach and dad. So sometimes I had to be the mediator and make sure that everybody knew there was a definite difference between how coach should relate to the kids and how father should relate to the kids. So yeah, sometimes it could get that way, but I think in the end, I mean, they've done great. I mean, amazing adults now.
Were there times when it did seem over the top, and how did you pull the reins back a little bit?
I don't think so. I mean, I think he always recognized, like there wasn't that, over the top. It was just more of a very pointed discussion on maybe improvements that they need to make. But nothing, it just kind of matter of fact.
Hey, Vince, I got one funny story.
Oh, go for it. Go ahead.
He one time, Jordan would come home. I didn't feel Jordan was ready to necessarily start on his particular team, and he really wanted to start, right? I mean, he got playing time, but he really wanted to start, and I just didn't feel that he was ready at that time. He had to be about 12 or 13, and so he sends mom after me. Hey, why isn't my kid starting? So I said, it doesn't matter if you start. It matters what happens when you get in the game, right? I said, would you rather for your son to play one play and start the game and not play for the remainder of the game, or get in the game and play for the duration of the game, right? Regardless if he starts or not. So I said, I'll show you the difference. And so the next game, I started Jordan, first play of the game, and he didn't play the rest of the half. He didn't play. And so I came, and I said, and now he was upset because he didn't play as he normally would have played. I said, but you started the game. That's what your mom wanted. You wanted to start the game, right?
Oh boy.
And so she's like, I get it now. I get it. So if and like it was a matter of perspective about starting versus not starting.
Right.
And today it's like, what do you do when are you going to make an impact or difference when you get into the game? That's the thing, right? That's the big thing. So, and it was a lesson learned for all.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Okay, so Jordan, being the oldest, I got to ask you. So you were in essence a bit of a trailblazer. You had your own offense. You were demanding playing time. Starting privileges. Do you think you had it tougher than Quentin and Lauren, or was it easier?
Without a doubt.
I knew you were going to say that.
Me and Lauren had it much harder than Quentin
were before, and so just really.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
I'm Kenzie Beather, number 17. I'm a senior at CVHS. How about you, Molly? Hey, interview Molly. Hi, Molly. What's your name?
My name's Molly Whalen.
What What grade are you in? I'm in 9th grade. I'm a freshman. How do you feel about today's game? That's a great question. Are you nervous? I'm very nervous. I'm excited. All of the above emotions. Just like, yeah.
How are we feeling about this game? How are we feeling about this game? Hey, positive feedback over.
It was. Positive feedback. You guys are doing great. Play your game.
We're doing great, Leslie.
I love you.
That's why we like to go. Here we are at Cannon.
You're gonna make fun of me for being corny? Knock, knock. Hey, nothing, Cal. Move! Punt. We're doing punt scheme, so some special teams for practice ends. Yes, sir. Man, long practice, working hard, but after the little kickoff regime we got going on, we're gonna jump into some more defense, offense, do some more walkthroughs, get ready for our game Friday. Yep. Yeah!
Ready to go!
It's so hot.
Hey, Roger, good job staying back there, babe. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
So you need to make sure you're hydrating. Alright, get some Gatorade, get the electrolytes in it, maybe one Gatorade and the rest water. Already got that?
Yes, sir.
But it's going to be humid, I promise you that. Alright?
Yes, sir.
Anything else, coaches? Hey, if you're not taking care of your body and we're playing a game and you feel like you're cramping and you can't do anything, what should you do? Cramp. In the game? Yes. It stops the play. They have to blow the whistle. We get guys out there to replace you. I'm being serious.
Hello everybody, my name is Kate Cameron and I'm a senior at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I'm incredibly excited to get started with Varsity Sports Show. As a former high school athlete and Arizona native, I'll be giving you, the viewer, an in-depth look of the play on the field while emphasizing the culture that is the heart and soul of Arizona sports. Varsity Sports Show Nation, let's ride.
you think about me writing a book?
I think they have a club for that.
Okay, so get this. There's this unicorn, okay? And then he goes on an adventure. No, wait, that's dumb. He's a pizza delivery man. And he goes to a house, but get this, rings the doorbell, it's haunted.
You should go to novel writing club. You should go to...
Okay, Nathan, you can just tell me if my idea stinks.
It was horrible. It was very bad. Novel Writing Club meets this week on Tuesday and Thursday in room B203.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at Campo Verde High School coming into the third quarter here. It's a 19-7 game so far. Campo Verde with the lead so far. If you missed that first half, we can do a quick little recap right now. Campo Verde's had 3 strong drives to get these 3 touchdowns, and they're generally a run-heavy team. We've seen last game they only had 35 passing yards, but they've actually been passing the ball quite a lot tonight. That's led to those 3 touchdowns. They did miss those 2 extra points. The first extra point was blocked by the defending team, and then the second one was just a little muff snap so far. And then can you tell us a little bit about how Casa Grande has been playing in this first half?
Yeah, Casa Grande hasn't been able to, get some good drives together. Maybe it's just that bye week that they had, not been able to, get some reps and not being able to play that full game. But maybe going into halftime, Coach Luna gave them a nice talk, and they're going to be able to come back out in the second half stronger than what they did in the first half.
Yeah, maybe the talk would not have been super nice because they have had a lot of penalties. We've been talking about it quite a lot tonight. They've had 5 just delay of games alone. They've had a couple other penalties, but mostly just the delay of games that has been really shooting them in the foot here. So that's something that I'm sure that they'll want to clean up. The coach is probably not too pleased with it, and they'll get an opportunity to right now as they are returning to start this third quarter. Again, it's 19-7. Campo Verde has the lead. The cowbells are ringing here in the stands as we get this third quarter underway. I'd like to remind you guys, DeAndre Kelly, the returner, number 11, has had some strong returns so far. And looks like he'll get another chance to return it right here as he'll bring the ball up the field. And it's going to be a fake handoff or a handoff to number 10 who's going to take it right where Kelly was, and they're going to tackle him right there. So a little bit of a tricky play coming out to start this third quarter. And it did not quite work out as much as they would have pleased. They still got to the 23-yard line, so it's not a terrible play by any means. But you saw Kelly run to that right side of the field on every single return basically, so potentially he was setting up that handoff there all night long.
Yeah, it looks like there's a flag on the play as well.
Holding from the return team. 10 yards from the end of the run. First, Casa Grande.
So whatever I just said about the halftime talk, trying to make it less penalties this third quarter, is out the window as they have a penalty on the first play. So not a great start. They had a penalty on their first offensive play last time to start the game as well. So always not a great time. This one, at least it's still a 1st and 10 for them, but just not great field position for this Casa Grande offense. Gaunt hands the ball off, and he's able to pick up a lot of yards there. He's going to get a nice run here. He breaks a lot of tackles before getting knocked out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. So that holding pushed them back a lot, but a nice long run there to get them that first down.
Yeah, good job by Harris just to respond after that. Like you said, that penalty, not great start for Casa Grande, but Harris just able to use his speed and get the first down for his team.
And in the first half, we saw Casa Grande, they like to run the ball a lot. They love that screen pass. They go to that a lot. And then we have not seen them throw the ball down the field a ton yet, which maybe they'll go to, as we saw Campo Verde did throw the ball down the field a lot to get those 3 touchdowns in the first half. We got some motion here. It's going to be a fake handoff to Kelly, right back to Harris. He's going to cut up the field. He's going to cut to the outside. He's going to have a long way to go. He might be able to make it all the way. He gets tripped up right there at the 20-yard line. He was smelling the end zone right there. It was right in front of him and just barely by the shoelace got tripped up by a defender. Nice run, nice back-to-back runs there for Harris, and a nice play by the defender to save a touchdown.
Yeah, you can see Harris is probably a little frustrated with himself, but that's just a good play by the defender.
During the run, holding. Offense number 12. 10 yards out of the foul. Still first down.
And that run's not going to matter as there's another holding that was on the receiver, number 12. Didn't even see that flag get thrown, but unfortunate for Harris as he had a really strong run. He made some great cuts, showed off his speed there, and it doesn't matter as that's another holding that they get on this drive. So the penalties are really starting to add up. That hold was done past that first down line, so they're going to be brought. It's going to be a first down in about 8 here, so at least they're not going behind the line of scrimmage, but still unfortunate as they hand it off there to Kelly, the wide receiver, as he makes a couple men miss, and he's able to get up to that 45-yard line to bring this down to a 2nd and 5. But those penalties are really just not helping this offense at all so far.
That's number 11, Kelly on the carry.
Yeah, just a little unfortunate when it seems like they have a big play and big yardage. It's just brought back by penalties.
We've got in the backfield Nathan Long, who's a bit of a running back, bit of a wide receiver right to his left. Kelly motioning, and he's going to keep it himself and run up the gut, and he's going to pick up that first down. Nice strong run, some nice lead blocking by Nathan Long there to get that first down. Just a great hole by the offensive line mostly there as he was able to kind of just squeeze his way up there.
Just timeout.
First down. And it looks like they took I think that was an official's timeout. I don't think that any team was recorded with the timeout there. Switch some players out on defense. Going back there with Harris in the backfield as we have another stoppage of play. It looks like the officials are changing something up right there. Maybe it was something with the game clock or something like that, but we'll see what they draw up here. We got gone back there as Harris, who's had some nice breakaway runs here. One of them was called back, but he's been showing off his speed and his size. He's 6'1", 175, so a big player. He's tough to tackle, but you saw a couple plays ago that he has had a lot of speed. As they pick up nice yards there by Gaunt, a nice run right up the gut. And he brings that ball up within inside Coyotes territory now, so they're starting to get a little bit closer to this end zone. So they got a second and 3 here. And they're like to keep the ball on the ground on this drive so far. Got in the backfield, Harris right beside him. And he throws a little nice pass down to Kelly, and Kelly just dropped it. I think it was, we've seen that before in this game, it was just, he heard the footsteps coming towards him and he didn't quite see the ball go into his hands. He was kind of looking upfield.
Yeah, but that's also a good job by the defenders to, be right there on Kelly. And he just drops that one.
Nine minutes left in this third quarter as it's about a 3rd down and 3 here. Expect this to be 4th down territory. As a low snap, the handoff to number 4, and he's able to take it up the field with a nice cut move. He's going to the outside and shows off a quick burst of speed right there to get a big first down right there. That was Nathan Long, the running back on that play.
Good job by Long there on 3rd down.
Yeah, Long's not the biggest running back. He's kind of a running back receiver hybrid and not essentially who do you expect to get the ball on a 3rd down and short. You'd think that they'd go with their bigger back in Harris, but Nathan Long showed why he got the ball is because he made that first man miss and was just able to take off. Some really quick acceleration there for Nathan Long as he stays in the game. In the backfield right behind Gaunt. And Kelly motioning over. It's going to be a fake handoff again. Gaunt's going to keep the ball. He's going to get to the outside. He has a block down there, and he's going to get another first down right within the red zone now. It's going to be looking like right at the about 13, 14-yard line. So this offense is finding their mojo right here.
And, despite these, they had a couple of penalties in the beginning of the drive, but just a good couple of plays by Gaunt as well, just running and using his speed.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of different ball carriers so far on this drive. We saw Gaunt, we've seen Kelly with a run, we've seen Harris with a couple runs, and then as we mentioned on that fourth down, that was Nathan Long. So 4 different running backs or players touching the ball and running the ball, as this one's handed off to Harris, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield, nowhere for him to go. And his defense showing some life here as they get their back against the wall in their own red zone, deciding to try to put a little bit of stop down to this hot offense so far.
Yeah, the defense maybe just having enough of that run game, and they're reading it well now and not letting them go up the middle.
Yeah, and other than those screen passes and those passes within the 5-yard line, we've not seen a long completed pass down the field quite yet. So the defense, especially when you're deep in your own zone, is able to really stack the box and tee up on those run plays. Going with Harris right next to him. You got 2 receivers to the right as he takes the snap, and he's going to throw it on a screen pass. And a nice defensive play, breaking that one up. He had the receiver, but the defender was right there, and it looks like he was able to get his hand in and break that one up. That looks like that was number 22, Will Hansen, with a nice pass breakup right there.
That'll bring up 3rd down at 13.
Yeah, a big 3rd down here, and most likely going to have to throw the ball.
Yeah, and if you're this offense, you've had a lot of good plays. You don't want to really, I mean, you want to leave with some points at least, but you'd really love to get a touchdown to get you a little bit closer in this game. So it's a big 3rd down here. You would expect them to throw the ball. They have 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, so we're going to get a timeout beforehand. They're going to talk about this a little bit longer here. As we did mention earlier, those 2 missed extra points could really come back to bite them, because if they do score a touchdown here, it turns into a 5-point game, and that's something that we can see a lot, and especially in high school football, is towards the end of it, when it gets close, you really want those extra 1 or 2 points. And Campo Verde is happy with the lead, but I'm sure they would like to be leading by a good solid 14 points. It's a clean number versus 12 that it is now.
Yeah, those extra points can really add up, and it's just a really important 3rd down here for this Casa Grande team, as maybe they're going to go to Kelly possibly out there on the wide receiver position. He's had a great game this far.
Yeah, Kelly's also 6'2", 170, so he's a big target, and that's the target that you expect here on a big 3rd down, especially when you're in the red zone. You want to go to a receiver that has a lot of long arms and a lot of good catching abilities. Kelly's going to motion into the backfield. He's going to take it and might throw it here. He's going to fake the throw. He's going to run up the sideline, and it does not look like he was able to get that 1st down. I can't tell if he was faking that throw or maybe the play was designed for a throw, but it was good defense on that back half, not fooled by that play at all, and they're not able to convert on that 3rd down. It looks like they'll keep the offense out here for looks like a 4th and 10.
Yeah, I think Kelly was looking to throw the ball. There was a receiver in the end zone, but just a good coverage by Campo Verde.
Yeah, we're starting to get loud here. Starting to get loud here in Campo Verde, as it's a big 4th down here within the own red zone. No running backs, 3 receivers to his right. He's going to roll that way. He's going to look towards the end zone, throw it high, and that is out of bounds. Good coverage everywhere, not allowing the quarterback to go anywhere. He had to take a shot to his big receiver, Kelly, deep there in the end zone. But Kelly, it looked like, wasn't even able to really get his feet to go up there and make a play on that ball.
And a good job by Campo Verde in this opening 3rd quarter just to get a stop on defense, as it looked like Casa Grande was putting together some good plays back-to-back, but just Campo Verde had some momentum going from halftime into this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that's a little back-breaking for Casa Grande when you have such a good drive and you leave with 0 points there. So now we'll see Campo Verde offense again with the ball. They've had a couple strong drives to kind of close out that 1st half. We'll see what they do here. They hand it off, and there's not a lot of space for him to go. He's tackled about, just looks like right at the line of scrimmage.
Number 7, Ethan Ferber on the carry.
That was Ferber again on that carry. Has not had a super big game so far. He does have that touchdown, but not nearly that game he had last week where he had more than 190 yards and 2 touchdowns. We'll see if he maybe gets a little more touches here as they're playing with the lead, as he takes the snap and it's handed off again to him, and he's able to break it up, and he loses the football, but he's able to get right back on it. Very dangerous play, losing the football this deep in your own territory, but looked like it was just a good defensive play to strip it out, but Ferber was the quickest man to the ball and will jump right back on it.
Yeah, good job by Ferber as well, just to get that recovery, like you said, not somewhere where you want to lose the ball.
Shea takes the snap, he's looking down the field, and he throws it a little bit behind his receiver, but it doesn't matter. He's able to catch that ball, and it looks like he's going to move the chains there, so a nice big first down. Shea, a nice throw. Shea's been throwing the ball quite a lot this game, something that you haven't seen from games past, but it's nice to see that they're able to get that part of the offensive game going here so far tonight. Shea in the backfield. Ferber's right next to him. He takes the snap again. Looks like he's want to throw it again, but does not have the time. Ooh, nice spin move, but he's brought down. A nice spin move to get some positive yards there, as it looked like it was going to be a sack, and he's able to get a couple inches, maybe even a yard there. A nice improvising play by the quarterback there.
Yeah, it was a nifty little spin move, but, you know, Shea just trying to get what he has and getting some yardage for his team. Nowhere for him to go, really.
Shea with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, and a running back right next to him. And he's going to hand that ball off, and he's going to try to get the corner, and he barely does before getting out of bounds. A nice positive play there by the running back.
Ferber once again on the carry.
That was Ferber, again, starting to touch the ball a little bit more on this drive.
Moves the ball down to the Coyote 32-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2 from the 32-yard line for the Coyotes. Shea with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, running back in the backfield as he hands it off again. And it's going to be a fight to get that first down. It looks like the refs are going to give it to him. Ferber again just fighting for it. It looks like there was not a huge hole for him to go through, but he was able to keep his legs moving and pick up that big first down for the Coyotes to keep this offense on the field.
Yeah, Ferber, like you said, seeing a lot more of the ball, and Shea was throwing a little bit more in that first half, and Ferber wasn't really getting the ball in that backfield.
About 4:30 left in this game. We got a 1st and 10 for this Coyotes offense. Shea, the running back to his right, as he hands it off again. And they makes a lot of people miss in the backfield, get some positive gains. There is a flag thrown right at about the line of scrimmage. Usually this is a holding, but we'll see what happens. A nice run, though, despite the flag.
Gain of 5 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
During the play, holding, offense, number 50, 10 yards from the foul.
So that was holding on the offense to move this offense back a little bit, which is unfortunate because that was a nice run. He made 3 people miss in the backfield and then another person miss as he was picking up some positive yards, but it doesn't matter. Now they got 1st and a long ways to go. Some motion off to the right side by the running back. It's going to be a screen pass, and he's going to be caught. Some nice, strong wide receiver blocking right there as he's able to pick up a good chunk of that holding yardage back. About an 8-yard screen pass and run. Some super strong blocking on the outside by those 2 wide receivers.
Moves the ball out to the Coyote 32-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
I'm kind of surprised on how much they're using Shea's arm so far in this second half. They're really throwing it a lot as we have looks like someone's on the field that's not supposed to be. Maybe it's an equipment thing. Maybe his helmet came off on last play, but we got a quick switch up there as we have a 2nd down and 12 here for Shea and his offense. Got a motion in the backfield. That's Kelly running towards the quarterback. They hand it off to the running back. He's able to pick up about 4 yards there on a nice run right up the gut.
Blackburn once again on the carry.
That was Blackburn with the carry.
Yeah, a lot of different running backs and people, running the ball in this third quarter. Like you said, Mason Shea was throwing the ball a little bit more in the first half. They're going to the running game a little bit more here.
3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Shea with a running back in the backfield. Takes the snap. Looks like he wants to throw it again, but that pocket's not giving him time. He's going to be sacked back there. It looks like the football might have come out. I think it did, but I think Shea maybe picked it back up. It looks like, yeah, Shea's coming out of the pile with the ball, so don't know if the ball came out or maybe it just looked like it came out and everybody dove on top of him. But every time it looks like they try to throw, there's not a lot of time for him in the pocket. That's going to bring up 4th down. We got the punting unit out here. And the punting unit's going to kind of do a quick punt with nobody in the back there to return. They're trying to sub out and get Kelly back on the field to return it, but nice heads-up awareness by the offense. But maybe they did a little too fast for themselves as there is a flag on the play. Tried to speed it up and catch them with nobody back there to return, but there is a flag right at that line of scrimmage. Let's hear what the call is. And there's still some discussion about that. Here we go.
During the play, legal participation on the defense, 12 men on the field. 15 yards from the previous spot will result in a 1st down.
Wow, and they're going to get a 1st down there. So a huge play there by the special teams unit. They saw that they were kind of substituting late. Maybe there was a miscommunication on who was supposed to return, but they were getting number 0 off the field, and Kelly was coming on the field, but they kind of sped it up, and Kelly was on the field coming on before the number 0 got off. And it turns out to be a 1st down for this offense. So again, Casa Grande getting a bad break with penalties as this offense stays on the field. They're going to give it. Oh, and Ferber's going to drop that in the backfield. He's going to have to pick it up and get as many yards as he can. No one knocked that out. It just did not look like he fielded that cleanly, and that's the 2nd time he's fumbled it on this drive here.
And like you said, that was a really smart play by Campo Verde, but also Casa Grande just a little lackadaisical on that and not been able to get that substitution out on time. But Campo Verde reads it well and gets that kick off.
Yeah, they just give their offense another time to try to get a little bit closer to the end zone here. We got Shea with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. On the 2nd down and 14 as he runs it right up the gut, and he's able to make a lot of people miss and get almost to that 1st down yard. Looked like he's about a yard short there. That was Blackburn with a nice strong carry there to get them super close to that 1st down line.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
One other thing to note about this drive is that it's taking a lot of time off the clock. They're about a minute left in this 3rd quarter, and they're just getting to the 45-yard line. So very well timed drive here by Shea and Campo Verde. As they hand it off again, he has another big hole. He is going to go a long ways up there. And he was untouched until about that 26-yard line where he was tackled. Just a huge hole. Great work by the offensive lineman to open up a big hole for him to take advantage of.
That moves the ball down to the Cougar 32-yard line, and that's another Coyotes 1st down.
Another 1st down here. We got about 40 seconds left in this quarter. Shea back there with Blackburn again. Blackburn runs it again, and he is human, it seems like, after 2 strong runs by him. He gets brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe that was a couple feet of loss there.
Yeah, and this clock just keeps running here in the 3rd quarter.
And it looks like they're going to take that into the 4th quarter, so it is a 19-7. Campo Verde with the lead and the ball, and a very strong drive so far, taking a lot of time off the clock as they go 2nd and 11 here. We'll talk to you guys to start this 4th quarter right after this break.
Hey everyone, this is Paul Schultz. I'm a senior at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, and I'm a proud member of the Varsity Sports Show team. I'm a contributor to the radio show. I'm one of our hosts for the Varsity Weekly show on the NFHS network. I operate cameras for our football broadcasts and occasionally work as a play-by-play broadcaster and color commentator throughout the season as well. And I'm so excited to gather new skills and continue to share stories working with the Varsity Sports Show.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Campo Verde High School. We got a fourth quarter of Friday Night Lights, and we have an offense that's looking pretty hot right now with the ball right outside of the red zone at about the 28-yard line with the lead, 19-7. Able to keep this drive alive with a super crafty little play by this punting and special units team to catch the returning team sleeping with 12 men on the field while changing out their returner.
And just also good clock management and time management for this Campo Verde team. And they're really going to use this run game to their advantage in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, we saw Casa Grande had the ball, and then Campo Verde's had this drive, so only one completed drive in that third quarter as Shea goes to the right, then he comes back across the field, and he has his receiver open, and another touchdown. What a way to start this fourth quarter. That was Alston Garcia with another touchdown. He had a touchdown in the first half, another touchdown here. He gave a commanding lead, and that is a beautiful way to start this fourth quarter.
Yeah, and how about Mason Shea throwing the ball? And we didn't really expect him to do that much throwing when we started this game, and he's done a really good job of catching the defense off guard. And just a great touchdown there.
Yeah, and it seems like they've been going with those big kind of surprise plays to come out of half, come out of a quarter. We saw that in the second quarter they came out with a surprise play. So it seems like they talk about it and they say, you know what, Shea, we have faith in your arm right now. Let's try to catch him off guard. And they've caught him off guard about 3 or 4 times tonight with those big throws. Now here's the extra point. They've missed 2 extra points. One was blocked. One was just a poor snap that was a little high. So we'll see if they can get this one down. They have an 18-point lead right now. Here's Hudson kicking this extra point. Nice snap, nice hold. And that one looked like it was good. It was low, but it turned out to be good. And now we have a 26-7 lead for Campo Verde, as we'll talk to you guys right after this break.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
And here we are back in Campo Verde. We got the fourth quarter underway. It's 11 minutes and 52 seconds left in this game. And that was a one-play fourth quarter touchdown right there. So coming out of break, they maybe saw what they wanted to on defense. They saw that they had an opportunity to go after, and they went after it, and they were able to get a big touchdown here to give them a pretty commanding lead in this fourth quarter. And just what a drive all around. We talked about it, but they just took so much time off the clock there. Nice, strong drive. They got the help of a little sleeping on the defensive side, the return man side. Now they'll be kicking it off again. We've seen Kelly with a couple nice ones, but this one they're going to try to go for an onside kick, and it looks like they got it. The kicker, Hudson, he went for the onside kick, and it was just a dribbler right there. He waited just until it got past that 10-yard line, and he has the football. So a huge play, caught Casa Grande completely sleeping there. And they're going to keep this ball yet again. It seems like they've had this ball the entire night. And they'll have it yet again to start off this drive.
That was a huge play by Campo Verde there. And, like you said, they're just, running this clock out. And they're probably just going to run as much clock out as they can. And after getting that big touchdown, they have some breathing room as well.
And a little bit surprising there is Casa Grande went for an extra or onside kick earlier this game. It didn't work out. And then Campo Verde was able to score a touchdown in 3 or 4 plays because of that field position. So a little bit surprising, but the surprising aspect is why they were able to catch Casa Grande off guard as Shea takes the snap. He wants to throw it again, but he's not going to have the time. And that is a huge sack for this Casa Grande defense. And they really needed that in the worst way.
Yeah, sometimes when Shea's looking to throw the ball, he just sometimes just not have enough time to get in that pocket and look for a receiver down the field. So just good job by Casa Grande to be up there and ready for that sack.
Yeah, and Casa Grande knows that they cannot allow another long drive, regardless of the score or of them the scoring drive. They need the ball back quickly because they need to get some points on the board before it's too late. Shea has the ball. He hands it off to his running back, who's able to get a couple of yards. He's able to keep his feet moving a little bit and pick up just enough yards there. That big sack does make it so that they had to run the ball there if they want to keep the clock going, but now it's going to be tough to get this third down. They're probably going to have to pass the ball, which they don't really want to do as they want this clock to go down as much as possible. Shea with 3 receivers to his left. One to the right, one running back in the backfield. You'd expect him to throw the ball here. He's going to shovel it off to his running back, who's going to try to get that corner, some nice blocking, and he's going to try to stay in bounds as best he can. And the clock's going to keep running, but that was not a first down. A nice defensive play. I think they probably knew that the run was happening, and they kind of played up to it. This time, the return man is able to get out there right away. That's Kelly. They learn from the mistakes, and they're all set up as the punt. It's not a great when it comes off the edge of his foot, and it's going to go out of, it looks like it's going to get a nice favorable bounce, though, and landed about the 41-yard line. So the punt went off his foot a little bit, but a nice bounce to kick back up the field. This Casa Grande is going to get the ball back. It seems like it's been years since they've had the ball on offense after a super long drive and then a onside kick for this Campo Verde team.
Yeah, they last had the ball really early in that third quarter. And maybe that defensive stop will get them some momentum going into this drive.
There still is a lot of time left in the game. They got over 10 minutes left, but you do have to get 19 points. So you are going to want to run the ball, or are going to want to pass the ball, and you're going to want to get a score relatively quickly here. You know you can't have a long time-consuming drive if you want to have a chance in this game. They're going to start off running the ball. He's going to pick up a couple yards, and the ball comes out, and it is still out, and they're going to pick it up, and they're actually going to try to return it. He has a lane, and he's going to stop because the refs are saying no. The refs blew the play dead. Not exactly sure why. The ball, I believe it came out before he was down, but it seems like maybe they saw something else, but they had the ball, they picked it up, and it looks like they were going to take that all the way to the end zone. It did not look like any player on offense was going to track down the defender with the ball, but the refs blew it dead, and now they're talking about it right here. Campo Verde is still pointing their way, so they do still believe that it is their ball. Let's see what the ref has to say.
It's an inadvertent whistle, Coach.
Couldn't quite hear what he said there, but Casa Grande is going to remain with the ball. So that little scare for Casa Grande didn't cost them a lot, but it looked like it was just an inadvertent whistle by the refs there. And the fans are not happy with that inadvertent whistle at all, as it potentially could have gotten them the ball and a touchdown as they throw the ball deep down the field here. And nice coverage there by the defense. The ball looked like it was a little bit underthrown. That was the first time that we've seen Gaunt throw the ball deep down the field. It looks like he didn't have quite enough muscle to go to his receiver.
Yeah, Gaunt just trying to go for that long ball, and rightfully so. They're trying to get as many points as they can on the board. But also just really fortunate for Casa Grande there, because it really looked like that one was a fumble.
Yeah, it looked like that was a fumble, and looked like it was going to the house for Campo Verde to kind of put this game away, but an inadvertent whistle saves the day for Casa Grande, gives them another chance, and I think they tried to kind of take a play out of Campo Verde's playbook and catch them off guard after a weird play or a stoppage but they weren't quite able to catch him off guard with some good coverage and a throw that wasn't quite where it needed to be. Gaunt has the ball. It's 2nd and 10. Hands it off to his big running back Harris, who's able to get just a couple yards before getting brought down. As the clock continues to run down, we're at about 9 minutes and just over 30 seconds here on a 3rd down. It's a pretty long 3rd down here. I wonder if this is 4-down territory all the way out for this Casa Grande offense, who needs to get quite a lot of points if they want to have a chance in this game. Gaunt takes the snap, fakes the handoff, he rolls to his right, he has the receiver, and it is just, maybe it was a little too hard, it was out of the hands of the receiver there, not able to bring it down. It looks like if he caught it, he had a little bit of green grass in front of him to pick up potentially a 1st down, so a nice drawn-up play, just not able to get what they wanted there, and it looks like they might be punting the ball yet again.
Yeah, they just weren't able to get anything out of that drive, and just a little unfortunate.
Yeah, the drive was saved by that inadvertent whistle, but ends up not meaning much as this. The Coyotes are going to get the ball back, presumably, on this punt. The punt, it's a good one. It's deep, and it's high, and it's going to go over his head, and that might go all the way to the end zone, and it takes a little stop, and it stops right on the goal line. It looks like they're going to say that it went over, but that was almost a picture-perfect punt as it went over the return man's head, took a nice balance, and then looked like it was about to stop and sit right outside of that goal line, but it rolled in, and no gunner was able to get there quite in time. You saw that diving play, but now we'll see this Campo Verde offense again with the ball.
We're going to force the penalty half the distance to the goal. 1st down, Casa Grande.
So yes, the ref just announcing that that was touchback, and they'll have the ball on the 20-yard line here. And we've seen the past drive, or I guess not the last drive, but 2 drives ago, we saw this Campo Verde team just absolutely eat the clock up. So we'll see. They have 8 minutes left in this game, and I know that they're going to really try to eat it up to enough time or down where you just can't really see a comeback happening, as there was that penalty, so they will get the ball at the 10-yard line. So not great field position, but for them, they're mostly focused on just getting this clock down and running the ball as successfully as possible. As we have a motion. And they're going to run the ball, but nowhere to go. This Casa Grande team's expecting the run. That was Ferber with the run there. Not going a lot. And as we mentioned, there's a lot of players on either side that can run the ball, but especially for Campo Verde, they've had a lot of ball carriers, and a lot of ball carriers that have been successful so far in this game.
Yeah, and I think right now you just want to run the ball. You don't want to really do anything risky, any risky throws in order for, Casa Grande to get the ball back. So if you're Campo Verde right now, you really just want to run the clock down and get as much run plays as you can.
Yeah, and the most important thing, ball security is the most important thing at all points in the game, but especially here, you're backed up way in your own zone. The worst thing that could happen would be a turnover and giving this Casa Grande team the ball right outside of the end zone. You would gladly take a punt and then just move the ball back and kind of just play the punting game, because the clock is getting low. The last thing you can allow is a quick touchdown. If you can just run the ball 3 times, get the clock down, and punt it away, I'm sure you won't be happy with that, but you'll be content with that with such a lead in this 4th quarter. You mentioned Shea can also run the ball. We've seen him use his legs not a ton tonight, or at least it doesn't look like a lot of designed runs were drawn up for him. He's had to kind of improvise back there, but he also is another threat with his legs, so they have a lot of things they can throw at you. They've done a couple screen plays, a couple motion runs, so a lot of different ways for them to run the ball and keep this clock moving. Let's see what they do here as they have a 2nd down and 10. It's going to be a pass, but it was just tipped away. It looked like that was Casa Grande's defender, the linebacker, Adrian Cheatham, I think, was able to just barely get a finger on that and break it up. And so now, big play for Casa Grande as they force now a 3rd down, and they get the clock to stop. So a win both ways here. Snap taken by Shea. He rolls to his right, and he throws it right along that line of scrimmage, but he's not able to get that first down there. A nice play, but just thrown short of the sticks, and they're going to have to see this offense go out there again. He did go out of bounds backwards, so the clock will still be running as they again try to do a quick punt. And that's a nice punt. It looks like it's going to take a bounce before the returner, and it's just going to roll. It's awfully close to a white jersey, but doesn't end up touching it. But the ball does go back quite a lot. So a nice punt there, and there's really a long way to go for this Casa Grande offense, and not a lot of time. So they're going to have some big plays here. They want to have a chance to keep this game close.
Yeah, and they have to really move quickly as well down the field.
Yeah, I wonder if they kind of stay away from that run, which they've been going to a lot this game. We mentioned before, again, not the strongest thrower, at least we haven't seen him use his arm that much this game, and it looks like they're going to have to rely on that arm to close out this game. So I'm sure we'll still see our fair share of screen passes and runs, but it looks like if they want to have a chance in this game, they're going to have to get a big passing play at some point. Gone with a running back on either side of him, but one of them goes into motion, as typical of this offense, and he's going to look to make a screen pass. It looks like it might have been deflected, but it was still a nice catch. He has to go to the ground right after the catch, but able to pick up just a couple of yards there. But you're going to want to get these plays going out fast. Zeke Gahn has to run all the way to the sideline to hear from his coach what the next play is, and that's going to take an extra 15 seconds off that play clock. And on those plays where the clock's still running, that's just 15 seconds that it's going to take out of this game. And when you need these points, you kind of got to keep your offense moving as fast as possible. Gaunt takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and he's going to throw the ball down the field, and he catches it before getting hit really hard there, but that is the longest catch we've seen all day for this Casa Grande offense. There was a flag right at the snap, so we'll have to see what that is, but it sure feels nice for Gaunt to get that long completion.
Legal formation, 5 in the backfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay 2nd down.
And that's just another one of those penalties that we've seen all day for this Casa Grande offense. They get a nice play, penalty brings them back. This time it was the legal formation, and that's a costly one, as that was a nice play. That was a 1st down, and now they have a lot of work to do as it's 2nd down and 13. Gaunt takes the snap. He's going to throw the ball down the field again, and it was just a little bit behind his receiver. It looks like maybe the timing was off a little bit because the receiver was practically about to run out of bounds. So not quite able to complete that pass right there.
Yeah, these penalties all night have been hurting Casa Grande. Like we said, maybe it's just that bye week and they're not been able to get that cohesion back.
Yeah, having a couple of days off, and we've seen a lot of their penalties have been small little stuff like delay of games, where it's just that's just team chemistry. You just sometimes after a bye week you forget what the snap is. As Gaunt takes another snap, he's looking down the field and he has a long throw to a double covered receiver, and he's not able to make the catch there. He was going for his big receiver Kelly, but there's 2 defenders right there, and the ball was just thrown a little bit over his head. So they took a shot, but it did not end up working for this offense. And this is another punt for Casa Grande. And this is starting to get to the point of the game where you do not want to take these punts because Campo Verde does such a good job with the ball running the clock down. So see another punt here. Remember that last punt was a real good one. Let's see what happens here. The snap's a little bit low, but he's able to get it off. It's a high one right at about the 50-yard line, and it's going to roll out of bounds at Campo Verde's 43-yard line. So they'll take over with the ball, with the lead, and about 6:30 left in this game here.
Yeah, Mason Shea in this offense just doing everything that they can, good time management, and going to run the clock down, not doing any risky plays.
Shea has a running back on either side of him. Takes the snap, hands it off. I believe that's Blackburn who picks up about 3 yards there, and a nice run right up the middle. Keep the clock moving.
Blackburn on the carry. Bring up 2nd down and 8.
Shea takes the snap. It's a little bit low. He's going to hand it off. And Ferber's going to get nowhere, and a nice, strong way to finish that tackle there as Ferber. It looks like they're going to give him a loss of 1 there. So it seems like Casa Grande knows they're going to run the ball. Campo Verde knows they're going to run the ball, and it's just about how many yards they can get. And so far, it's been 2 pretty short runs here for the offense.
Yeah, that was a good play by number 21 on Casa Grande. Just right now, the enemy for Casa Grande is the clock.
Yeah, they need 19 points, and they have about 5 minutes and 26 seconds left. This is a big 3rd down, though, for Campo Verde. Motion in the backfield. Shea takes a snap. He fakes it there, but he's a lot of pressure on him, and he's not going to be able to get that off. And the ball does come out late there. They're going to whistle him down. But a nice defensive play there. They cannot don't even allow a throw to get off. They knew they had a lot to go, and they were able to get a big tackle there. And Casa Grande is going to get this ball back. So this 4th quarter has been a lot of back-and-forth punts, and it looks like Campo Verde didn't get all their men off the field before this punt, which is high. It's going to land about the 30-yard line, roll a little bit. Ooh, take a nice snap. So that's going to go at about the 17-yard line, but I don't think that Campo Verde had everybody off the field, and there is a flag on the play.
Legal substitution on the kicking. Penalty will be enforced from the end of the kick. 1st down.
So Casa Grande is going to get some extra help right there for the Cougars as we've said it last time that they really want to score. Now they really want to score here. As the time is getting lower and lower, you're going to need to get some points on the board at some point here as they have just under 5 minutes left. They do still have enough time, but it's going to be tough. Takes the snap, and he makes 1 man miss in the backfield. He's going to run for it. He's going to pick up a lot of yards here. He gets a block, and he's going to keep going and get dropped at about the 40-yard line. A nice improvisation there by Gaunt to pick up a lot of yards, and he's going to get this offense some momentum. They've not really had a big play like that in a while, so that's a nice feeling for them. Maybe that can spark a nice offensive drive here. You see that hurry-up offense going. Gaunt takes a snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw down to Kelly, and Kelly comes off his hands, and that is intercepted by Campo Verde, it looks like. And that is a huge turnover for the home team here as the crowd is starting to get real loud. And right when this Casa Grande offense looks like they could get something going, a costly turnover, and they're going to get the ball back for Campo Verde and Shea.
Yeah, that was really just unfortunate. It just bounced off of him and into the hands of Campo Verde. But just not the night for Casa Grande offensively, not been able to put really good drives together. And penalty is as well hurting them early in this game.
Yeah, when they were able to get good drives, the penalty would make it like a 1st and 20, 1st and 25, and then they would not be able to rebound from that. Now I'm sure we'll see a healthy amount of running here. Shay's got a running back on either side of him. I believe that's Blackburn and Ferber on each side of him. As he's going to take off for himself, he has a little bit of room, but not much. I think it's dropped right at about the line of scrimmage.
21 Shea on the carry. No gain on the play.
Clock's going to keep moving. Casa Grande might think about calling a timeout on this drive at some point, but not using one quite yet.
We have another birthday in the crowd. It's our cheer coach, Miss Shea. Her birthday is tomorrow.
I believe it's the cheer coach's birthday. She got a nice shout out. Happy birthday to you. Shea takes the snap, hands it off to Ferber, who picks up a lot of yards, but it looks like the ball came out there, and the refs are whistling it dead. We'll see what they have to call on the play, but Casa Grande is going to get that football. It looks like Ferber, ball came out. I can't tell if it was stripped or he dropped it, but that he was having some troubles holding onto the ball a couple drives ago, and there, another turnover, so kind of back-to-back turnovers here, and Casa Grande is going to get this ball again, and when it looked like the entire game was potentially over, Casa Grande has a little beacon of hope here after a very strong defensive play.
Yeah, just kind of back-to-back weird plays there. This offense can get it going here late in the game.
Yeah, and if you're Campo Verde, that's the last thing you want. You're just telling them, keep two hands on the ball. Is gone. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff to nobody. Now he looks down the field. Looks like he's going to have to improvise yet again. He has some space. He has to make a man miss. He does, and he gets all the way out of bounds in a first down. What a strong run there by Gaunt. He looks like he wanted to throw that ball, but he had nowhere to go. He decided to pull it down. He potentially saw that there was only one person in that area. He made a miss. A nice block, and he's able to even get out of bounds, too, to keep this clock stopped. So a really nice play there by Gaunt again. Back-to-back drives where he started off with a strong run. Gaunt takes the snap. This time he's going to hand it off to his running back, who is able to get a couple yards up the middle.
Yeah, that passing game really not working for Casa Grande, so right now maybe they're just trying to run the ball and get these plays really fast.
Yeah, remember their last pass attempt was an interception, so maybe they're a little scared to go back to that passing play as they're going to fake the handoff. It looks like he wants to throw it again, but again, there's just pressure in the backfield, and he's not able to get it anywhere. There's a flag coming on the other side of the field. We'll see what that call is, but this not a lot of time for Gaunt when he wants to step back and make a big throw. Looks like that call pointing towards the defense there, so we'll see what the call is here.
Unnecessary roughness on the defense, number 48. 15 yards from the end of the run. Result is a first down.
So a big unnecessary roughness call there on the defense, giving the Cougars, getting them just a little bit closer to that goal line. Gaunt takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and he throws the ball down the field, and it is broken up right at the end zone. It looked like he had it for a second, but a nice strong play by the corner to knock it free right at the corner of that end zone. It looks like there's another flag there out there on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 33, defense, hit to the head. Up the distance to the goal, resulted in first down.
So now they got a rough from the passer. He said he hit him in the head, so that's back-to-back big plays for Campo Verde, and they're starting to get closer to this goal line as the clocks are about to go down. Those two penalties that are very costly here as Gaunt takes the snap. He rolls out to his right. He's going to throw to his receiver in the flat, and it's just over his head and was whizzing by a couple green jerseys as well.
Yeah, that one was just a little bit high. But the clock does stop, and Gaunt has a chance to go to the sideline to get the call from his coach.
Yeah, and for Campo Verde, the last thing you want to do when you have the lead is you don't want to turn the ball over when you have possession, which was that fumble, and then you also don't want to have these penalties because that's giving the team yards with no extra time allotted. So back-to-back big penalties. It was an unnecessary roughness at first, and then roughing the passer. You can't hit a quarterback in the head. And now right outside of that 10-yard line, trying to score a high snap. He's able to catch it, and he has to try to get free, but he can't. And it's just did a nice job kind of catching the ball and staying composed, but a big play by Campo Verde, number 13, Maddox Pierce, who was able to just use his one arm and grab on some jersey and not let him go anywhere. And it looks like it's going to be a timeout for the Cougars. It is 26-7 with about 2 minutes and 14 seconds left in this game. We'll talk to you guys right after this timeout.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Welcome back, folks. We have about to be inside this 2 minutes right here in the fourth quarter at Campo Verde. Casa Grande is starting to get closer and closer to this end zone as some nice timed penalties on the defense is getting them inside the red zone here. A sack on the last play, so they're a little bit farther. We got Gaunt, who's had a nice drive so far. Takes the snap, he fakes the handoff, and we're not going to go anywhere as there's a flag on the play. It looks like, can't quite tell, both teams are pointing the other way.
Snap. Coachman on the defense. Number 20. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
So that's 3 defensive penalties in 4 plays for the Coyotes, which is not a recipe for success. And they're just letting Casa Grande slightly stay in this game here. Takes the snap. It's a little bit high. Looks to the end zone, and it is over everybody's head. Nice play there by the defense. He was trying to get that touchdown quickly right before the two-minute drill. We got about 2 minutes and 8 seconds left on the clock. But more importantly, we have a fourth down. If they don't convert this, it's likely the ball game here. So big fourth down play here. They've gotten some nice defensive penalties to get them in this point, but now they're going to need a big throw to keep him in it. Shea takes the snap. He's looking to the corner of the end zone, and it was just a little bit high for his receiver. He may have had him if it was a little bit lower, but just a little bit high. And that is likely the ball game here, as Campo Verde will be taking over on downs. They're not quite able to run the entire clock out, but they're going to come close. There's still that 2-minute timeout to stop the clock, but still a nice defensive play. Despite those penalties, they're able to keep with it and not let a touchdown or anything happen there.
Yeah, that was a good stop by Campo Verde, not allowing Casa Grande to get a touchdown late in this game, but just a little unfortunate for Grant there. He had his receiver open, but he just overthrew him a little bit.
Takes the snap and hands it off right up the middle of the field. Not a lot of space to go there.
Number 16, Andrew Mask on the carry.
That was number 16 for Campo Verde. Andrew Mask on that carry. And that's just another name that we're calling out that's touching the ball. As we said, this team likes to use a lot of ball carriers. It's kind of keeping their legs fresh. And it's getting it so they can keep these runs going, as they just want to run the clock down at this point. Shea takes the snap. He hands it off yet again right up the gut. And that's not going to do a ton for them. That's going to get about 2 yards there, so they're going to have a 3rd yard and a bit to go. But just keeping this ball on the ground, keeping this clock moving, and they're running the ball a lot here in the second half. But the story of the game so far, or the story of the game, has to be Shea using his arm to get some big touchdowns. He had 2 big touchdown passes and just not a lot of big chunk plays to get down the field so far in that first half. We got about 30 seconds left in this ball game. It's going to be about one more snap, and they should maybe take it out. They're going to run the ball. It's not going to be able to get that first down as he's dropped short of the line of scrimmage. But the clock should run down short of anything, and that looks like that's going to be the ball game, folks. Campo Verde with a very strong win here tonight, 26-7. We are hearing the cowbells ring, and that was just a great game by Shea with a couple passing touchdowns. Great game defensively. They're able to keep this Casa Grande offense, who's gave some teams some trouble, able to keep them to only 7 points there in the first half. And then just a great second half by this Campo Verde team. They didn't score as many points as they did in the first half, but they had just one drive that took about the entire quarter, so they were able to take this ball down quite a lot. Thank you guys all for listening to Varsity Sports. I'm Shane Fricky, and Elijah Harriet was with me tonight as well, checking out from Campo Verde High School. Nice big win, 26-7.
Hey, what do you think about me writing a book?
I think they have a club for that.
Okay, so get this. There's this unicorn, okay? And then he goes on an adventure. No, wait, that's dumb. He's a pizza delivery man. And he goes to the house, but get this, rings the doorbell, it's haunted.
You should go to novel writing club. You should go to...
Okay, Nathan, you can just tell me if my idea stinks.
It was horrible. It was very bad. Novel Writing Club meets this week on Tuesday and Thursday in room B203.